So many of you will have seen the current television series Lie to Me. And I just wanted to dispel a couple of myths surrounding psychology and what we can and cannot tell about when a person is lying. Lie to Me is actually based upon Dr. Ekman, Paul Ekman, who does actually run a credible program in facial emotion recognition, a form of training that he calls FACS, F-A-C-S, and you can be trained in identifying what he calls micro-expressions. Now, his system has the most scientific validity when he talks about emotion recognition, in that when you smile, you are likely to be happy, and it actually can make you happy, not just reflect that you're happy. And when you frown, you're sad. And he builds it upon a theory of 5 universal emotions, which have been cross-culturally validated. The problem becomes, and the more controversy surrounds, when he starts talking about micro-expressions. There is a fair bit of debate about whether or not micro-expressions exist, and I don't think there's necessarily enough evidence for it yet. But that said, there are ways that we can detect when a person is lying, but it's not done simply. So some of the ways that we can tell when people are lying are that there's a cost to the body of lying, and this cost often involves an increase in heart rate, an increase in skin sweat, and a reduction in cognitive ability, because lying is cognitively effortful. And what this means is if you give somebody a cognitive load task, something that's just designed to sort of keep them occupied, it makes it a lot harder for that person to lie. So we can't tell when somebody's lying, but we can certainly pick up on signs of stress and arousal in the body as they try to manufacture a lie or a false story. Now that said, somebody who's an extremely good liar, somebody who's capable of cloaking the signs or is actually believing the lie themselves, won't be picked up as effectively through these mechanisms, because if the person isn't finding it effortful, then we're not going to find the signs of that lie. And even then, even with the most sophisticated methods you can use, you're still, to some extent, guessing as to whether or not it's a lie. So when you see those polygraph tests, there's a lot of error in those polygraph tests. So can we tell whether somebody is lying or not? Well, you can certainly see indicators of whether it's occurring.